Oh, I've come inside. It's a bit cooler. I just showed this one the other day. Little Boy Sad EP on Go. It's the Loved Ones EP. Ever Loving Man, The Loved One. Two great singles for their less than great B-sides. Right, here we go. Got to go quick. Fantastic Sydney band, The Illusions, Gypsy Woman, a cover of Ricky Nelson song. Killer, killer. The cover is much better than the original. Um, Hitchhiker, a lot of covers here. These are 60s. Most of the Aussie hits before the late 60s were pretty much cover versions, but this is a Roger Miller song. I've never heard the original, but this one's really weird, I'll tell you. It's great. Hitchhiker, Bobby and Laurie, really spooky guitar. Another track by The Illusions. I just showed that, didn't I? Yeah, The Illusions. Highly sought after. A Sydney band. Highly sought after. Very professional. Uh, the Dancer. That's one they wrote themselves. Um, yeah. With Roller Coaster Man on the B side. It's another excellent single. They were like from Hurstville, the same area as Ray Brown. The Mighty Sydney band. I showed these the other day. The Fortune Teller. Uh, much better than the Stones. And Believe in Me, which is a pretty good self-written tune. The follow-up, which was a flop, Black, very rare. Fantastic psych version of the old folk song, Black is the Colour of My True Love's Hair. And this is great, Turn My Head, written by Marty Van Wyk and Burgess, who just died, Colin Burgess, the drummer in early AC/DC and late Masters Apprentices. He's the drummer in The Throb. He died a few weeks ago. Turn My Head, good B-side, self-written psych number, written by the band. Great single, extremely rare, one of my absolute treasures. We Too Should Live, the first Missing Links single with Untrue on the other side. Not very good. It's the first version of the Missing Links. So they're a bit soppy compared with the second version. One of my Mentals Anything singles. I have to show this because Ben Rankin showed the album Cats and Dogs the other day. If You Leave Me, Can I Come Too? I think it's the greatest song title of all time. Aussie Kiwi outfit. Look, outside the light's terrible, inside it's terrible. I can't help it. Bombora, in my opinion, the greatest surf instrumental of all time. Bunch of Greek boys from Melbourne. 63 that came out. Woman You're Breaking, fantastic single by the group GROOP. The singer in this is on those Pastoral Symphony and Love Machine singles, written by Brian Cadd, who went on to great fame. He spent most of his life, I think he's been living in France for decades. Brian Cadd, Such a Lovely Way, it's another Brian Cadd song, and that was the group, Woman You're Breaking Me, and this is another one, Such a Lovely Way, by the group again. Eleanor Rigby, like a heavy version by the Zoot. Rick Springfield's in this band, one of the members anyway. He went on to fame in America. Adelaide band. Simon Says, The Groove, sort of a bubblegum, really top-notch bubblegum, that one. I love this, 950, written by Terry Britton of the Twilights. 950. Oh, and their version of the Hollies track, What's Wrong with the Way I Live. It's much better than the Hollies. This is a great single. Wow, what a great single. And another great single, The Twilights were a class act. Kathy Come Home, and The Way They Play, Terry Britton tune. Twilights were top notch. Of course, some members, the lead singer, ended up in a Little River band, but we'll forgive him for that. Now, here we're talking. I've got a promo of The Real Thing. If you've never heard it, you've got to hear it. Russell Morris. That's the promo. And here's the follow-up, part 3 in the Paper Walls. This is a big, big hit in early 69 or late 68. This part 3 in the Paper Walls didn't do as well. It's actually the B-sides are really good soppy ballads, you know. It's Only a Matter of Time and The Girl That I Love. They were big hits in their own right. They were like double-sided hits, these singles. But this is sort of like Isaac Hayes or something. It's amazing. It's psychedelic. It's you know, this one's really psychedelic as hell. But this one's psychedelic. It's even more psychedelic, but sort of like with hints of Isaac Hayes, or I don't know. It's great. They need to be heard one after the other. It's a magnificent couple of singles there. I think this is my favourite Australian single of all time. It's just my personal preference. Without You by Doug Parkinson in Focus. It's not Without You by Badfinger, a completely different song. I saw Doug Parkinson, he was with The Questions, and the first big international tour I saw here was The Who, The Small Faces, Paul Jones, ex-Manfred Mann, and the local backing band was The Questions, and Doug Parkinson, that was his first band. Huge voice. And he went on to fame in a band with Vince Maloney, ex-Aztecs, Fanny Adams. They were sort of like a Led Zeppelin style type band. It's a collectible album. Trouble is, they're good musos, but there's no real memorable songs on it. It's not sort of, I wouldn't buy it, but it's good stuff anyway. The Vibrants, Something About You, Baby. It's great. Nice organ-driven track, that one, with Danger Zone on the B-side. And Hunters and Collectors, When the River Runs Dry. That's 80s, I think. Early 80s. Great band. The Hunters and Collectors were like, they changed their whole style. They were very experimental sort of at the start, and then sort of went very mainstream. But this is when they were getting a little bit more mainstream. But yeah, Hunters and Collectors, excellent single. And to finish up, I've got to give poor old Canberra a bit of a show, because no one really gives a shit about the bastards. But this one's from 89. I thought it was actually earlier than that. But there you go. Big hit. Great track. Blush by the Hummingbirds. Really wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Anyway, cheerio, everybody.